We all start off with the perception we exist, but it isn't until we start interacting with the world that we start to experience joy. These people, objects, and situations shape the way we view the world, but there comes a time when we have to become aware of what we're experiencing and start to question whether these views are right for us. In this current city-living civilization, we've become so distracted from the natural world. It is a contrivance that has forced people to become other than themselves. I'm not surprised that you're on a quest to find joy.
Let me take you on a journey of increased awareness and life satisfaction. This journey began because I felt dissatisfied with how my life was going, and being 20 now, I wanted to change something. That moment in the rain, it felt like a eureka moment, and I just didn't know where it came from, and I didn't know what triggered it, and so I set myself the objective to figure out where it came from and how I can feel it again. And so the quest began. I started looking in my general vicinity to find a starting point, hoping that somebody would be able to continue this narrative.
So last time we talked, you said that you were addicted to the feeling.
Yeah.
And that you feel it pretty much every day.
Yes.
So do you remember what the difference between happiness and joy is?
I think so. Is it that happiness can be like long-standing, so an hour, a few days, weeks, whereas joy is like that split few seconds?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
How did you figure out what brings you joy? Like, do you, like, before you feel joy, do you feel like, oh, this is like, I am on the road to feeling this?
Yeah.
If I carry on this way, I will be at the point where I want to be.
Okay, so I think the journey thing is definitely a correct statement. Like, I definitely do things or have an idea that this will lead to that.
Yeah.
I think for the most part, if you go in with that intention, then it will more likely come.
Yeah.
I think if you go in with the intention that it won't, or that you're thinking too much about other things, then probably not.
Joy is a primary emotion, and it's called this because it's hardwired into your brain, whereas the response to primary emotions is called a secondary emotion, and this is because it's learnt through socialization. Now, if my powers of deduction are correct, the way that I react to joy got messed up somewhere around there. Thankfully, it all can be unlearned and a new way can be learned. The research conducted by Lisa Feldman Barrett, the author of How Emotions Are Made, came to the conclusion that you can control your emotions. She states that you can rewire the way that you experience certain emotions in certain situations. A great example of this is excitement and nervousness, since they are the same since your body goes through the same chemical processes when feeling them. Through learning this, you can decide which one to feel. However, in order for this to happen, you have to be aware of what you're feeling and why.
A pattern I've spotted is that most joyful people are those that are aware of themselves. The ones who know who they are and don't mask their identities. The most powerful tool for figuring out who you are is nature. There are no opposing obstacles and opposing forces competing for your attention. The place where you can understand humanity's roots and truly get a sense of the bigger picture.
There's this lady called Ingrid Fettel-Lee, and she conducted a study on what makes people joyous. The most common answer that she came up with was round shapes and colours.
I like making people happy, and I like to do like literally anything to like try and like improve people's moods or brighten them day. Like, it gives me joy to do this, but I also know it's very impactful on other people. Like, there's ladies at like the corner shop like up the road, and I'll go in like every Thursday before uni, and I'll get myself like an energy drink, and she sees me and she's like, oh, I knew you were coming in today, like I always love seeing you. And I'm like, oh, it makes me happy to make other people happy with like my fashion or anything really, you know.
You can't have joy if there's no meaning behind it. That moment is a celebration of something wonderful happening, either for yourself, other people, or the world around you. It comes from being part of something bigger.
In psychology, there are names for the different ways you can expand your consciousness. Consciousness being your awareness of internal and external stimuli. And this journey has pushed me to the recollective analytic stage. This stage is when an individual gains novel ideas about themselves and revelations about the world and their role within it. This journey has led me to believe that self-awareness is the beginning of joy for me. In particular, being aware of things that don't make me feel good and being able to avoid or resolve them, depending on which fits the situation best. This gives me more time to put energy towards things that do make me feel good, thus increasing my chance of feeling joy. But that's about all the philosophy I've been able to piece together as of now. I don't know what brings me joy, and that's okay. I have the rest of my life to figure that out. I do believe, however, that this journey has made me more satisfied with life, and I definitely see it in a better light, which is all I need at the moment.